You guys, I'm live. Come chat with me. Happy New Year to you guys. This is my first live of this year. So I hope everyone had a really great, holiday season. I hope you guys had a really great New Year's. Um, right up until like New Year's Eve, if I'm not mistaken, or was it Christmas? I think it was right up until New Year's Eve. I was going live like regularly, and I was covering the videos that I had previously done last year in 2023. And this time, I don't want to do that. I don't want to wait until like the end of the year. I think like it's a nice idea moving forward. What I want to do is on the weekends, use that as like kind of like a time to kind of sum up maybe the past week or two. I can't say if it's going to be every weekend, but at least use like the weekend as a time to go live and just cover like maybe the previous week or week before's videos. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a minute for it to warm up, you guys. What's up with y'all? Happy Friday. What are you guys doing? Are people getting off of work? Are you snowed in? What's up? Are we working from home? How are we doing this Friday, you guys? So we're going to get into the topics in a second. I'm on my desktop again, and I'm on my desktop so that I can use my cell phone and I can kind of like go through some of my videos. But this time, I just want us to talk about Katt Williams and the Miami Mall incident, you guys, or the Miami alien footage or whatever they say. We're gonna get into that stuff. So I'm gonna give it just a minute and see if I can get to my videos. But what do you guys think about the Katt Williams interview? That was like pretty. I mean, what can I say? It was everything that we were hoping for. Katt has never been the one to bite his tongue. He's never held back, period. And that's like way back in the day. Way back in the day, when he was, doing his like stand-up stuff, and he called out some Hollywood. Excuse me, he called out some Hollywood entertainers back then. I think he called out Mr. Oglesby, or you all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about that actor. I don't even want to pull it. I don't know the man's name off the top of my head. But anyway, he pulled, Katt Williams was like the one to actually point out an actor, I guess, saying that particular actor had attended the Hollywood parties and was caught maybe doing some stuff he shouldn't have been doing. Or I shouldn't say what he should not have been doing, but, Mr. Oglesby from the Parkers. That's what it was, from the Parkers, y'all. But okay, so let's get into the Katt Williams interview. So Katt kind of covered a little bit of everybody. Like he went in. Now you guys can leave comments, even if you guys are not watching this live. It's perfectly all right. Whenever you guys do watch, you guys can leave comments. Do you all feel that Katt Williams was fair in a lot of the, I guess you could say, accusations, a lot of things that he said? Do you guys feel that it was like just, or, because it was kind of like a mixed bag of nuts. Like I've heard, some people with criticism toward Katt and, some of the things that he said. Others are like, that's right, go in. I'm glad somebody said it. So it's really kind of been like, either you're on one side of the spectrum or you're on the other with Katt. You guys can leave comments. Personally, of course, this is where kind of like the purpose of my live, for me to go in on the individual videos. But, personally, I think that, none of us are actually in Hollywood, so we don't know, specifically when he talks about like things that kind of like go on behind the scenes, or like how Katt Williams was talking about maybe beef between, I don't know, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and and all that stuff. But overall, like I say hats off to Katt Williams. I think that he is incredibly brave, um, very, very brave. But and one of the things that I think is really interesting is that even with the critics, people that had a lot of issues with the things that Katt said, nobody has yet to call him a liar. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, I even have a video where, Kevin Hart, I could actually go into it, where Kevin Hart and Ice Cube, Cedric the Entertainer, all these different people, had more to say, had a little something to say. And I think eventually even Steve Harvey like left like some type of like message on his social media, on his Instagram, kind of like touching on it a little bit, but saying how he's not going to respond to haters or something like that, which he actually is by responding. Like, you're doing exactly what you say you're not going to do. But no one has yet to call Katt Williams a liar. Nobody, not even Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, when he was on ESPN, he and some of his co-hosts or whatever were kind of like, going back and forth, making jokes about the Katt Williams interview. But like, no one has. That's the crazy part. So I think there's a lot of validity. There's a lot of maybe truth to the things that Katt Williams says. And especially on this channel, you guys, you all know I'll say the group, the powers that be, and you see how removed I am, and we are from Hollywood. I couldn't imagine like actually being like in the thick of things and being brave enough, like, and ballsy enough, like Katt Williams, to like just come out and say the stuff. But yeah, I overall, I think that the stuff that he said, we know about Diddy. We've been knowing about Diddy since way back in the day. Things have been said here and there. I don't think anyone has really had like the balls or, the gumption to really go after Diddy. Cassie did, and we have a video that covers that, you guys. But I guess Cassie had, as Gene Deal said, Cassie had enough star power, enough money to really like battle Diddy. But outside of that, like, people haven't really, spoken or whatever. We know about the TD Jakes and Diddy connection. We know about that stuff. But no one has like outwardly really like spoken that ballsy. But yeah, I love it. Like Katt Williams was saying, it's, you're either on the side of right, and if you're not on the side of right, you're not, whatever he said, walking in God's path or whatever, then you're on the other side, and, we don't care about the other side. So, big ups to Katt Williams on that. What else? But yeah, that was a pretty explosive. And then right behind that, you guys, he went on the Willie D show, which I'm not real familiar with it. If you guys are, you guys can drop comments down into the comment section. But he went on to the Willie D show and was interviewed, which I don't know if that was like a podcast. I know it was on YouTube. That got a lot of views, but I wasn't as like, and like I said, you guys can leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. I was not that impressed with that particular interview. And I don't get real like, I don't criticize a whole lot on, certain like interview styles and stuff like that. But to me, it just seemed like, Willie D just, was asking a lot of the same questions, whereas I feel like he could have probed a little bit more, maybe like touched on areas that, maybe were slightly kind of like glazed over. Maybe he could have went in a little bit more on certain things. But to me, it was like the best interview was the Shannon Sharp interview. It was the Shannon Sharp interview, um, or Club Shay Shay interview, where I like his interview style anyway because he was actually able to just allow Cat Williams, allow the person being interviewed to kind of lead a little bit. And in doing so, I feel like he definitely like struck gold with the Cat Williams interview. Like he let Cat Williams kind of talk freely. He asked questions. He had his little list of questions, but overall, he just let Cat Williams go. To me, Willie D seemed to it was more like a structured type of interview. But it felt like the pace never really kind of picked up, and it was a lot of the same kind of questions. And I think that with the opportunity to interview Cat Williams right behind that, I think it's a lot of stuff that he could have maybe went a little bit further. And I think he did ask some more questions about like Cat Williams' childhood, which was good. But like in terms of like anything new or nothing, I didn't. But if you guys had a different take, if you guys saw the Willie D. Cat Williams interview, liked it, or just whatever, you guys could leave comments. But overall, like I say, I just felt like it was just kind of like, and it's really hard to have like a snooze fest or a boring. It's really hard to have like a boring Cat Williams interview. And the only reason why I say boring is because it was just a rehash of the Shannon Sharp interview. Personally, that's how I felt. But still good because it's Cat. But it was like, it wasn't like as entertaining. Now Shannon Sharp, he did get some haters, which is not surprising. He did have some haters. He did get a little bit of static, at least according to Shannon Sharp. Behind his interview, there were other people that felt like, like, why did you let Cat Williams just, talk like that? Why did you let him talk for, like, why didn't you structure your interview more? Why didn't you follow up with XYZ questions? But like Shannon Sharp said, first of all, and I love how he put it because I feel him on that. He's like, first of all, if you want 60 minutes or whatever, 2020 or whatever, then you go to those platforms. Here, it's more casual. Like he said, he never claimed to be like a journalist or whatever. Like, it's just more like casual talk. Usually whoever he has on his show, they'll have like his drink, his signature drink, I guess, that he, promotes and stuff. And he'll ask his questions. But overall, like I say, I think he did an excellent job. I actually like, not just with Cat Williams, but I actually like Shannon Sharp's interview style. I like that the stuff is long like that because it doesn't feel like where I think when most people interview has like kind of like rushy a little bit because they only have maybe 30 minutes or maybe an hour. So they don't let the person that they're interviewing kind of like, elaborate and really get into it. But yeah, Shannon Sharp, he had his haters on it. He was talking to Ocho Cinco, who I didn't even know had his own podcast. But he was talking to Ocho Cinco and was just, he was clapping back on his haters. Shannon Sharp, yes, he was. And then what else? You all know what else? You guys know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing that a lot of people, you guys do not do my Orlando Brown videos. You all are not feeling my Orlando Brown. But I feel like he and a lot of other, child stars and stuff like that, I think that's so like, it even backs up a lot of what Cat Williams, like how he was talking about Diddy, and he was talking about, like there's a lot that goes on, I feel like personally, in Hollywood, in the music industry and stuff like that. And like it's necessary to get those stories out, you guys. It's just disappointing that I think, and I can understand it though, because I don't, some of that stuff is hard to kind of digest, to really listen to. Um, but Orlando Brown is always entertaining, you guys. You guys should give his videos a chance. Give Orlando Brown's videos a chance, you guys. Not all of it is, drug-induced gibberish, okay? I'm just saying. A lot of his stuff, some of the stuff he said years ago, only recently has come out and has been like, like really being validated by stuff. So, but yeah. I'm still going to be uploading Orlando Brown stuff. So I just hope, like I say, I just don't like it. I get it, but to me, it's necessary. So I'm going to keep uploading that. But, oh yeah, and then also, you guys, also my Beyonce video, I'm realizing, you guys, that YouTube does not like certain keywords, certain things I can't say. I don't even think that YouTube likes for me to write like music industry. It does not like the word music industry. It does not like Hollywood industry. I don't think it likes the word industry. But certain like videos are not really being allowed to be seen. But I recently did do one on Beyonce's Renaissance tour. Now I'm not like at all whatsoever bashing Beyonce, because I actually like a lot of her music. I've enjoyed her music since she came out way back in the day. And I'm also going to give you guys like my own like well, it's not really a Beyonce story, but it was more like I got a chance to sing for her dad back in the day when he was still managing Beyonce. I'll tell you guys about that. A little story time. I didn't get signed, y'all, although I saw him sign a group right in front of me. So it's like, man. But anyway, but yeah, so back to the Beyonce Renaissance tour thing. So Beyonce or whatever, like, okay, so there was a video that was made by another YouTuber who really like broke down a lot of symbolism and a lot of stuff that we see, but it doesn't make sense, but we just take it as like, I don't know, whatever, music industry stuff. Like they'll be on stage, you'll see all these triangles or just whatever, just weird stuff. Everything's in red and there's smoke, like, and all that other kind of like strange imagery that a lot of times I think gets like dismissed because it is music or because it's Hollywood or whatever. More recently, though, I think that, Beyonce, I think there has been a lot of attention drawn to her and Jay-Z in terms of being part of the group, being part of the powers that be. So it's not like I'm the first person to mention this stuff. But anyway, there was a video, you guys, that I recently uploaded, like recent as in like yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, that I recently uploaded. And like this YouTuber broke it down. He broke down all of the symbolism and the purpose of the different horses and, all the strange stuff. Like she has portals, stuff that's meant to look like portals and angels and all this like very strange, I guess you could say, imagery and stuff like that. If you guys had an opportunity to attend the Renaissance tour, leave it in the comments section. Yes, they do. That's right, Jack. So you already know. You already know. Um, and I'm just now seeing that. But hey, um, right. So, but anyway, but yeah, so it was a lot of strange uh imagery in the Renaissance tour, and that Renaissance tour is actually a lot of the stuff, at least according to this YouTuber, is dealing with like end of days, like it's just a bunch of weird stuff. If you guys, if that's not really your genre of videos, then I get it that you might skip that. But I'm just saying, if that kind of stuff is a little fascinating to you, I definitely suggest that you guys check out the video that I uploaded yesterday on the deeper meaning behind Beyonce's Renaissance tour, which actually was losing steam because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like $2,000 per ticket or $1,000 per ticket or something like that. I know it is, but sometimes those rabbit holes are the most like fascinating, and it sometimes actually leads it be leading somewhere. But yeah, it was one of those rabbit holes, Jax. It actually but a lot of the stuff made sense. So like I said, I do suggest to check out the video I uploaded yesterday. The Beyonce Renaissance tour is not at all to bash Beyonce or anything like that. I think she's incredibly talented, and I even stopped the video to like say that much, to say that portion, because the guy that had did the video was actually saying like, oh, she was chosen, which she probably was. It wasn't based off her talent and this. I think, it was dealing a lot with her talent. Anytime we could change the way we see it. Okay, I guess you mean like overall, right? Right, just get a different opportunity to look at things a little bit differently. It doesn't mean that everything that's being said is like, the word, like, like this is it. But I just think, like you say, it's a nice way to kind of like change the way you see things. Maybe just a different perspective. It doesn't mean it's the right perspective. It doesn't mean that it's the, 100% Bible. It's, whatever. But some of the insights on a lot of stuff is kind of, it be hidden it. But yeah. Oh, so let me give my little Beyonce story. This was my well, it's not really a Beyonce story, but Beyonce's dad's story. So back in the day, you guys, because your girl got skills. Let me stop. Well, I think I do. I think I sound pretty good. But anyway, I would like to think that my voice has matured a bit over the years. I'm not going to sing right now, no. But I would like to think that my voice has matured. But back in the day, way back in the day, it's almost like I know I do feel like that's the goal. Good point. If you guys, like I say, even if you guys are not watching this live, you guys can always look at the chat. If I'm not mistaken, you can still check out the live chat, even watching it on replay. And Jax is actually making some pretty good points. But yeah, sometimes it does seem like, it's almost the goal behind some of the stuff. I know not everyone necessarily agrees with, the viewpoint of like deeper meaning behind like the music and the symbols and stuff like that. But to me, some of the stuff is quite blatant, it's quite in your face. And to kind of say what Jax is saying, it does almost seem like, like that's the point of the stuff, to make you look at some stuff that's like, I don't know. I can sing. Thank you. One day, not like today or maybe even tomorrow, but one day, you guys, I'm gonna have like a karaoke Sunday or something. Fun day Sunday. I'm a karaoke, y'all. Your girl got skills. Oh yeah, so let me finish with my story, right? That's true. That is true. But mine, I was saying without the tech. without the tech, you guys. You know, gotta stay true to it. Not new to it, but true to it. So let me tell you, my story. I didn't get signed. My goal was to try to get signed. Okay, this was back in the day. I went to a music seminar, and oh yeah, and then also Ron Isley. Okay, so these were the people I got a chance to sing for. I got a chance to sing for Ron Isley, um, Matthew Knowles, who I actually saw sign, like people were like literally lining up, right, to get their sing on to hopefully get signed. That's what I did back in the day. Well, that's sweet to say. Thank you, Adrian. But no, really, I personally feel like my voice has matured. Some might feel differently, but I feel like, I have a pretty mature voice. With the singing skills, maybe I would have gotten signed now, but now I don't even want to be part of the music industry. And I'm dead serious. I know you all are saying she's not being honest. If somebody, gave her a contract or whatever, but really, like, I'm being like 100. I would not. I would want, the money would be appealing, undoubtedly, but like even all that goes into like contracts and stuff like that. Immediately you sign a contract, you're signing over whatever publishing rights you might have on your music. You're also signing over, I think they put out I don't even think I know, they put a life insurance policy on you on the moment you sign the contract. Like, it's just a bunch of stuff that now, what I know, I wouldn't want to be part of it, but right, you feel me? No, yeah, you're right. I agree. Thanks, Adrian. And yeah, I agree, Jax. Now with like the, I guess you could say like the electronic stuff and all that, like as long as you have a certain look that's marketable, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what you sound like, or even really too much about what you're singing or what you're saying. It's just, it's a lot. But you trying to be funny, huh? You're trying to be funny, huh, Adrian? But anyway, back to my story. So this was back in the day when Matthew Knowles, who was super nice. He was very nice man. Took a picture with him and everything. He didn't mind that I like interrupted him and everything. Like, he was very nice. But anyway, so people were like literally lining up to try to be heard by somebody, So who else was it? It was a bunch of people from the local radio station for the city that I'm in. It was Beyonce's daddy. It was Ron Isley. It was Avant, who I don't even know if he's still singing anymore, but Avant was in the room. And who else? It was, anyway, I got up there. Well, before I did, it was a group, like 3 girls that sang, and Beyonce's daddy signed them on the spot. He was looking for a gospel group. So I'm like, next. So all I know is that I started off and I saw like looks of like this. And then all of a sudden I must have hit a note and everybody made the same look at the same time. They were like, they looked away and I'm like, dang. And then I just waited. I was waiting for my contract. I was waiting. And I didn't hear nothing, see nothing, so I just walked on back. But yes, that was like my little claim to fame. That was like my little claim to fame. And then after it had let out, I don't know, Beyonce's daddy, he was talking with a bunch of other people. Some looked like they were in suits. Some looked like they were like, regular. I don't know. But I was just like interrupted. I'm like, hi, can I get a picture? And he was so nice. He literally moved people to the side and was like, yeah, come on. Very nice. But yeah, that's about as close as I got in. But now knowing what I know, I'm just, stuff works out the way it's supposed to. That's basically how I feel. But that was my claim to fame. I think I sang Mary J. Blige. Yeah. Pretty sure that I did. Now, wait, no. You must be bored. Yeah, you're bored. Bless your little heart, huh? Bless your heart, huh, Adrian? You bored as hell, huh? Well, let's take care of that. Let's. And I can't even get mad at you because I've trolled before too. So I guess it's like karma a little bit. But you bored. You bored. Bless your heart. Love. How about we do that? But anyway. But I hope you keep watching. Okay, Adrian? I hope you keep watching. Thank you, Jax. No worries. Well, like I say, appreciate you, Jax. I guess it's just karma. When I was a young kid, teenager, whatever, I guess I was also guilty of trolling. But I bet you Adrian is a grown ass man who wants a little attention, who's bored. Bored this Friday? You bored, huh? It's okay. I hope you keep watching, okay? I need the view time. And I hope you remain a subscriber, okay? But anyway, thanks, Jax. Yeah, that's fun. He probably did. He probably did name his microwave. He's bored. Yeah, I bet, right? But yeah, but that was like my closest claim to fame. But that's also too why I think is so important with like videos and that I do put out when we are talking about like the ditties and a lot of that kind of unsavory stuff that happens in Hollywood. That's why I think it's so important to, for all that truth and stuff to come out, because there are the young people, whatever, teens, that was back in the day. I was still a teenager, but still there's teens, there's, whatever, younger people, or just even if you're not a teen or, a younger person, anybody who's like talented, like I always say, who's wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, just, enthusiastic, thinking that if they could just make it to Hollywood or they could just make it to the music industry and be heard by someone like me standing in line, right? Can't wait to sing. She cannot make a sound. Yeah. Thanks, Jax. Yeah. I don't know, but really, like I say, I appreciate Adrian being bored. He just threw in a little extra. I could have really, came for him, but for what? I mean, to me, it's some of the stuff is comical. I don't take myself so seriously that I can't, see humor and stuff. I see humor in somebody being just that bored that you gotta try to get some kind of attention. But it's all good. It's all love, Adrian. I hope you stay a subscriber, and I hope you keep watching. You probably are, because I know you're bored, so you're probably still watching. But but anyway, like I was saying, that's why I think it's so important. That's why I think it's so important that stuff like that comes out. I think it's great that Katt Williams was very vocal, and I hope people keep on talking about it. Keep on talking about it, talking about the Hollywood elites, talking about the ditties, and all that stuff that really goes on. Because by it not being talked about, like I say, a lot of people, they feel like they could just be heard, or if they could send their music to an A&R person, part of this recording studio or music producers, and they could, then they could make it and stuff like that. But as we're learning, there is a lot that goes into the success, and it's not just based off your talent, so super important. I don't have my glasses, but yeah, that's right. Um, I mean, I don't shoot. If anything, the guy Adrian, he was giving me material stuff to work with. It's all good. I don't, it's all good. It really doesn't, you know. People usually do feel pretty tough behind the keyboard, so it's all good. I don't know. He's a fan. He's a fan nonetheless. I said he wasn't. He wouldn't have been on my channel, on my live, right? Um. Oh, but yeah. So what else? Oh, let's get to the Miami Mall stuff, you guys. Let's get to that Miami Mall stuff. And like I say, if you're not someone who, really kind of prescribes to that kind of like, hearing outside of the box, I get it. That means it's probably not for you. Some people are just, anything beyond, like us or whatever. But to me, the way the turnout in Miami for the mall stuff, the turnout of that to me was just way too much for there to have just been, I think they say like 50 kids fighting or something like that. Like that literally looked like the entire force. And if it was that many kids, if it was that many, people fighting, how is it, at least according to what I saw, allegedly, that there were only four people arrested? I don't really, to me, that's not really quite adding up. Not really. Right? It's not really adding up, right, Jax? So, I'm not saying 100%, maybe it was. I was not there. But just the different eyewitness accounts that I heard and that I posted, you guys, I posted it. It says just 22 hours ago. So if you guys did not check it out, I suggest you guys go check it out. But yeah, there were different people that are all kind of semi saying the same story to a certain degree. The tall, shadowy figures and, coming out of nowhere and glitching in and out like that sounds, I mean, not to say people can't make up stories, because there was one that I actually showed where the guy got really detailed. And then in the next clip, he was saying, oh, I just made it up. I've never even been to Miami. Now, maybe, what he was saying was true. He made it all up, or maybe not. Maybe it was just a case of him, like, getting a little too much attention. Maybe the video he put out went viral a bit, which I'm guessing it did, because I saw it, and I'm sure many of you other people saw it. And it might have been more attention than what he wanted, so he kind of backtracked a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. But to me, like I say, it just seems like that was too big of a stir up, for just like it to be 50, or at least they say, that amount of people fighting. You guys can leave comments. Yeah, I know, right? Certain things just are not standing up, right, Jax? That's just, how I feel. I'm not saying that's not the case. Sometimes, it could be an incident on the streets, and, it could be 50 cop cars that show up, for like a smaller incident. So maybe, that really was the response to hearing something like, whatever they showed up. I guess it's, I don't know. But that 4 people out of all of that, all of the looked like the entire force, for that mall, only 4 people arrested. I don't know. That to me is not quite. I also thought that it was a little weird. It came off a TikTok where a woman was actually able to show that the coordinates for the mall that if you change the longitude and the latitude, if you change it, switch it around, it actually puts you in the center of Antarctica. So her theory was that, that the aliens got those coordinates wrong and basically showed up at the mall instead of the middle of Antarctica. And another YouTuber who's pretty big, kind of like just to check, did like a little fact checking to see if what she was saying was right. And he did it live, like he did it. And sure enough, if you change around the longitude and latitude on Google Maps, or if you change it around, then it actually puts you into the middle of Antarctica. So just saying, you guys. Let me see, I can't read. Yeah, good point, Jax. I don't know, but yeah, you guys. So if you guys have if you guys saw any additional stuff on the Miami Mall or more alien footage and stuff like that, some of that stuff was shown not to be real, some of the footage, because some people were actually showing that there were like shadows walking, that were shown walking through the mall and stuff like that. Somebody was actually able to show that was like AI generated, which I do believe, because you could get on Chat GPT and you could actually, set up a scene and it will show that scene as you do it. So I know not every single thing that you see or even hear now is necessarily validated, but I'm not sure what you mean, Jax. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not 100% sure what you mean, but I'm just saying that it was a lot that showed up. If it were, which I don't doubt it, because now at least, like I say, the city I'm in, there are incidents of like teens showing up in like huge crowds fighting, or like mob scene action and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that it isn't possible that, that's what happened at the Miami Mall. But just for it to be that amount of, police to show up, to me, it just seems like it wouldn't be that many. Like that was just looked like the entire force, which maybe they thought they might have needed it. I don't know. Some people were saying fireworks were going off and gunshots, and maybe better safe than sorry. I have no idea. But yeah, so I thought this was a nice opportunity, instead of me waiting. And I'll probably go live through this weekend. I appreciate you, Jackson. I appreciate you too, Adrian. I know, if you're still watching, okay, I appreciate you as well. And anybody else who watched but did not chime in. It's all good. Everyone here is appreciated. But I'll probably use like through the weekend to kind of like go live and kind of catch up on different videos. Some I feel like, maybe I wanted to touch on, talk about a little bit more in depth. And then stuff is getting more and more like, I feel you, Jax, on the whole like virtual world stuff. Like we're stepping more and more into like an age where you cannot fully believe all of what you see, all of what you hear with the open AI. So it is kind of hard a lot of times to really distinguish, like, is this, am I really seeing what I think I'm seeing or hearing what I think I'm hearing? I don't know. Personally, my thoughts on that is that even that was a bit strategic. I feel like because we are stepping into, we are into the age of Aquarius, whether you guys, like I say, whether you guys subscribe to that kind of stuff or not, whatever, technically we are in the age of Aquarius. We're in the age of information technology and supposedly of truth. So because of that, a lot of things that, a lot of stuff is being revealed. A lot of old ways of doing things are kind of like coming down. Those are like crumbling, I guess you could say. But my thoughts is that is specifically why they put AI out into the open net, so that like when things are revealed, people can say, well, can we even trust what we see anymore? Can we even trust what we hear anymore? Like that's my own like little conspiracy thoughts around that, because now so much stuff, we're finding out about so much stuff. Stuff is being revealed, but now people could kind of backpedal a little bit and be like, no, it's not me. That wasn't me. That's AI. Yes, that's so true. Good point, Jax. Yep. So but yeah, so that's like I say, my own little thoughts, but I will use, like I say, I've used today, and I like to use maybe tomorrow morning. You guys will see, or tomorrow early afternoon. I might hop on here, and Sunday, and then that way I should be like all caught up with the videos that I've done. I might even pull out a few points specifically, so then it's a little bit more like focused and detailed, the conversation. But like I say, between today and Sunday, I'd like to pretty much catch up on the videos that I've uploaded. And then, yeah, I think I should do it. Oh, before I go, yeah, you're right. You're right, Jax. You're right. Yeah, it does make you like literally, you know, you could speak into Chat GPT and you could say like, as long as you detail it, the AI could even paint images for you. So it's just like, am I really seeing what I think I'm seeing, or am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? Like literally. So, um, I don't know. It's the age that we're in, right? Um, but like I say, that's just my thoughts. If you guys think differently, leave it down in the chat. But I even think that, like I say, that the open AI at this specific time is even strategic, because because we are in the information age, people are sharing, stuff is getting recorded, stuff is being shared, information is coming out that a decade, 2 decades ago, whatever, way back in the day, stuff was able to be more isolated, and people could get away with things that they just can't get away with now. But like I say, to me, the open AI is more of like a opportunity to backpedal a little bit. So wait, we never do. We don't. No, you're right. So that's all we can do is just keep it moving. Um, but when there are incidents like the Miami Mall incident, then that does kind of, I don't know, nothing would shock me. Um, oh, before that's what I wanted to do. Before I go, you guys, and then the rest I'll just save it for like maybe tomorrow. I hop on here real quick. Tomorrow morning, afternoon, just it depends. But also, what did you guys think, if you all saw it, of Diddy's alleged man lover, escort? If you guys saw that video, it was uploaded 2 days ago. It was uploaded 2 days ago, and like I say, YouTube does not like certain words. So there's certain, words or titles that if I post it, but sometimes there's no other way around it. But if I post it, then it's like it doesn't get seen. But so 5 years ago, 5 years ago back, Diddy's hired man lover, his escort, did some other crazy stuff, some crazy weird stuff, dealing with like I don't know, dealing with like Trump or something that was really like crazy weird. But he got arrested. And when he got arrested, he started talking about a bunch of stuff dealing with Diddy and like basically you could say all the same stuff that Cassie alleged. All the same stuff about having a, Diddy hiring escorts and having them to wear masks and, you know, doing stuff. And he also put in some other things that he said. But the scary part is allegedly, this man is no longer here, meaning he's unalive. Okay, we'll just leave it. But 5 years ago, 5 years back, he was saying a lot of like really like whoa, like Katt Williams level of stuff. Like he was talking like Katt, like saying stuff. But it was stuff that, at the time, because a lot of stuff had not come out, it just was ignored and it just wasn't like, not that, not for this, but to hurt someone's feelings. Well, we can say since ourselves, world, we say now, not to hurt someone's feelings, but to hide from AI. I'm not 100% getting what you're saying, Jax, but overall, like what I am taking in, it sounds about right. Like what you're saying, like, yeah, you just got to kind of, live life. Can't hide from it. We're in the information world. What can you do but, keep going with your life. But yeah, just to go back to, Diddy's hired man lover. Like I say, when the man was saying a lot of that stuff, he talked about DJ Khaled or whatever. He talked about Rick Ross. He talked about a bunch of them. He talked about wearing masks and like hired people, hired lovers to do that, like all of the stuff that Diddy's been talking about, the freak offs and all that stuff. This man was really, you could say, just verbatim, like saying that same stuff way back 5 years ago. Supposedly, allegedly, the man is no longer here, which is further makes it very like creepy, extremely creepy. But just saying, Rick Ross, as big as Rick Ross is, which makes you wonder, and this is no disrespect to Biggie, but it makes you wonder, y'all think Diddy was like making Biggie Smalls do stuff? And I'm not trying to be funny, but it seems to me like Diddy would have been, it seems like Biggie would have been like off hands, no tear, like he wouldn't be bothered, but I don't know. If Diddy messed with Rick Ross, allegedly, I'm just saying, I don't know. Okay, and I know this is so petty, so silly, but anyway, you guys, this has been a fun live. Appreciate you guys. Calls. I'm sorry, Jax. I'm not quite understanding you. I don't know, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And thank you for being a part of this live. I appreciate you. I appreciate Adrian for taking part. Okay. Adding his 2 cents. I appreciate you. Very great conversation. But like I say, I just use this as this live time is just a little time to kind of like recap past videos. just to use that as an opportunity. And yeah, so thanks you guys so much. I will catch you guys. I hope everybody has an amazing Friday, has an amazing weekend, and I will catch you guys on the next live, which may be possibly tomorrow morning, afternoon. I don't know. We'll see when I hop on here. But thank you. Bye. See you guys.